This page is the front cover of the Sega Saturn Fan Magazine from November 15, 1996. The cover prominently displays the title Saturn Fan and features artwork of characters from the game Virtua Cop 2. The issue highlights several major games including Virtua Cop 2, the highly anticipated strategy RPG Sakura Wars, the anime Tyne RPGS Slayers, and Lunar. Eternal Blue, the popular mech fighting game Cyber Troopers Virtualon, and Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story 2. There's also a large feature dedicated to RPGs, covering titles like Lunar, Silver Star Story, Tactics Ogre, Legend of Ogre Battle, Shining the Holy Ark, Riglord Saga 2, Langrisser 2I, and the latest installment in the series, Far East of Eden, The Fourth Apocalypse. Other games listed include Enemy Zero, Galaxy Fraulein Yuna, and Samurai Showdown 2I. The cover also mentions an event called SS Tokyo Digital Circus. This issue, number 23, was priced at 540 yen. This page announces the Digital Circus event, a unique collaboration bringing together Sega Saturn's digital technology and the impressive skills of the Bolshoi circus performers. Featured prominently are images of real circus acts alongside characters from popular Sega Saturn games like Virtua Cop 2 and the mech fighting action of Cyber Troopers Virtualon. The event will showcase several key titles, including the highly anticipated survival horror game Enemy Zero, the RPG Shining the Holy Ark, and the latest entry in the Far East of Eden series, The Fourth Apocalypse. The page details the nationwide tour dates and locations for this special event, and highlights the exciting prizes available, such as a Mazda Familia car and a limited edition Alba Spoon watch. Entry to most locations is free, inviting fans to experience this fusion of digital entertainment and spectacular performance. Sega Enterprises. Limited 1995, 1996, 1996 Warp Inc. This page is dedicated to the survival horror title, Enemy Zero, a game previously highlighted as part of the Digital Circus event. This spread serves as a prominent announcement for the game's impending release. The left side features a collage of striking CGI screenshots and fragmented text, discussing Enemy Zero's ambition to be a new, movie-oriented title, starring the main character, Laura, as an actress. It suggests the primary setting, the space itself, will be central to the experience, while reassuring players that despite the cinematic approach, the game will have an aspect of amusement as a game as well. The right side is a bold advertisement announcing the game's status as a super masterpiece, finally arriving. It clearly states the release date of December 13th, that it comes on 4 seeds, and the price of 6,800 yen, exclusively for the Sega Saturn. The developer, Warp Inc., is also credited. This page showcases Hypersecurity's an appealing Bishoujo police training simulation game coming to the Sega Saturn. The large illustration features 3 dynamic anime girls in police uniforms, hinting at the character-focused gameplay. Set for a December 1996 release, the game involves training these officers, featuring powerful card battles against criminals, and a unique area capture system where you defend and seize territory. It also highlights the presence of famous voice actors, though they aren't listed in detail here. A Windows 95 version is also planned. The right side includes the magazine's table of contents, covering various Sega Saturn game reviews, previews like Virtua Fighter Kids, and ongoing features. This page announces the upcoming release of Virtua Cop 2 for the Sega Saturn, set for November 22nd. It confirms that the Saturn version will include original elements, including a new branching route called the Saturn Way, in addition to the standard arcade route. A major highlight is the Gun Select feature, allowing players to freely choose from 5 weapon types: automatic, machine gun, rifle, magnum, and shotgun. A significant upgrade over the arcade version, usable right from the start. The page details each weapon's characteristics, noting advantages like the magnum's penetration or the shotgun's wide spread. It also previews the dedicated screen mount sight accessory, designed to improve aiming accuracy with the Virtua gun, providing a more immersive shooting experience. Overall, the page expresses excitement for the enhanced Saturn port and the new features it brings. The next page provides an in-depth look at the Sega Saturn port of Virtua Cop 2, highlighting its exclusive features. A major focus is the new branching path, the Saturn Way, added alongside the standard arcade line. This route is chosen by shooting a sign at a specific point in Scene 2. The page details the progression through both routes, showing screenshots of intense shootouts at various locations, including the train station, inside trains, and underground passages. It also previews the discovery of the terrorist group's secret hideout, revealing a large base filled with equipment. Additionally, profiles are provided for the 3 playable characters: Rage, the returning lead from the first game, Smarty, his cool and reliable partner, and Janet, the expert female officer who joins the team. The presentation emphasizes the new content and the continued action-packed gameplay. This page presents an in-depth interview with Masayuki Sumi, the development chief for Virtua Cop 2 on the Sega Saturn. Sumi-san emphasizes that the Saturn version isn't just a perfect port, but is intended to be more than that, adding original elements and aiming for something above the arcade version. He highlights the inclusion of a Saturn-exclusive branching route, and features like the gun select option and auto reload. A key focus is the exhilarating feeling of destruction, showcased with screenshots of smashing various objects in the environment, even demonstrating how shooting car tires causes them to crash. The article details the action-packed gameplay and the satisfaction of taking down a constant stream of criminals, ranging from standard foes to bosses and challenging enemies in diverse locations and situations. The use of the Saturn's Virtua gun is also discussed, noted for its improved ease of use and aiming accuracy. Sumi-san is clearly proud of the added content and the overall quality of the Saturn release, encouraging players to enjoy the enhanced experience. This page reveals the exciting original modes coming to the Sega Saturn version of Virtua On, Cyber Troopers. The developers are adding significant features beyond the arcade port to make the Saturn release truly special, especially with the anticipated twin-stick controller experience. Highlighting the true nature of the Saturn version, the article details 3 core modes. The ranking mode acts as a skill assessment, evaluating your playstyle based on factors like accuracy, remaining health, and clear time, allowing you to aim for high scores and measure your abilities. The replay mode lets you save and revisit your intense battles, perfect for studying tactics or just showing off impressive moments. Finally, the new record mode acts as a comprehensive database, allowing you to view various statistics, including detailed pilot data, best clear times, and your win/loss records against both the computer and other players. These additions promise to give players plenty of reasons to keep playing and analyzing their performance, making the Saturn version a definitive experience for Virtua On fans. This page tackles the critical question for Virtua On: Cyber Troopers on Sega Saturn. Which is better, the standard control pad or the dedicated twin stick? The article conducts a detailed comparison across several key areas. It evaluates movement accuracy, noting the twin stick allows for finer diagonal inputs compared to the pad's simpler 8-direction movement. Attack methods are examined, discussing the ease of normal attacks on both, and the nuances of crouch attacks or simultaneous presses. Special moves are also assessed, with comments on input complexity. The twin stick itself is reviewed for its feel and stability, and the page showcases various button configurations players can choose from. Ultimately, the conclusion highlights the twin stick's strength in delivering a more arcade-authentic, immersive in-the-cockpit experience, with precise movement freedom, while acknowledging the pad remains a capable option, potentially easier for certain actions or beginners. This page dives deep into the Sega Saturn port of Virtua On, Cyber Troopers, offering a comprehensive look at the final boss and the port's overall quality. It introduces Zergrad, the massive final weapon players face after clearing the game's stages. The article details Zergrad's transformation between its silver normal form and its devastating golden attack form, highlighting the unique attacks and defense characteristics of each. It also covers the harsh bad end that occurs if players run out of time against this formidable foe. A significant portion of the page is dedicated to evaluating how faithfully the game was ported from the arcade. It confirms that many detailed visual effects and advanced player techniques, such as the complex chaos moves and wake-up side dash attacks, were successfully included. The play feel is noted as being very close to the arcade original. However, the review points out some unfortunate omissions in the versus mode stage designs, specifically the removal of the central hill in the forest stage and the surrounding slopes in the ruins stage, which altered their strategic layouts compared to the arcade and single-player modes. Despite these changes, the article emphasizes that other stage obstacles were perfectly retained. Overall, the page conveys a positive sentiment regarding the port's technical achievement and depth, while acknowledging minor compromises in specific stage layouts for multiplayer. This page provides an in-depth look at the simulation RPG, Terra Fantastica. It introduces the game's premise, where the player assumes the role of the Archduke of MYS, tasked with defending the Silesian Empire against the invading demon tribe Beaufort. More than just military strategy, the report highlights a key element. The player also mentors the young Duke Alexis, with choices influencing his personal growth and abilities. The article delves into the game's story, revealing that the conflict originates from the appearance of a mysterious woman named Deneen, who is the game's protagonist. It showcases the game's tactical, grid-based simulation gameplay through screenshots and previews the world map. The report also emphasizes the game's production values, noting the character designs by the artist behind Record of Lodos War, The Lady of Ferris, and an impressive voice cast for the main characters like Gerard, Diane, Alexis II, Platt, and others, featuring well-known voice actors. Overall, the page paints a picture of a narrative-driven simulation RPG with strategic depth and a focus on character development. This page continues the deep dive into the strategic simulation RPG, Terra Fantastica, focusing on the intricate gameplay systems. It highlights the extensive unit customization options, allowing players to freely organize their forces, assign leaders from registered characters, equip items to boost stats, and check compatibility between leaders and their assigned units, which is crucial for performance. The report also showcases the variety of unit types available, including cavalry, infantry, archers, and aviators, emphasizing the need for players to understand each type's strengths and weaknesses. Crucially, the page reveals that player choices impact the narrative. Strategic decisions made during the planning phase, particularly the route taken on the world map, lead to branching scenarios, altering the story, and influencing the subsequent battle situations, including changes in enemy strength and the appearance of powerful enemy armies. The game map is also filled with events outside of battle, such as encountering new characters who may join the party, or finding valuable items, adding further layers of depth and replayability. The page also introduces key members of the MYS regular army, including the protagonist's faithful adjutant Claude, military figures like Gerard and Platt, and highlights the central role of Diane in pivotal choices, reinforcing her importance as the protagonist. This page delves further into the strategic systems of Terra Fantastica. It explains the concept of command range, showing how units outside this area have their actions limited. The battle system uses CP and AP. CP determines how many commands can be given during the entire battle, while AP dictates the number of actions a unit can perform each turn, decreasing with movement, attacks, and other commands. Players can select from 3 distinct tactical formations that influence unit arrangement and capabilities, adapting these tactics based on the situation. Attacking from different directions, including flanks and the rear, provides significant strategic advantages. The importance of vision is highlighted, as identifying enemy units depends on having them within a unit's line of sight. A new parameter, Elan, is introduced, which decreases with actions like attacking or using magic, but can be recovered through rest, making strategic breaks crucial. The page also showcases the visually impressive magic attacks available, including powerful spells like Dark Magic and Jurassian, adding a dynamic element to combat. This page proudly announces the return of a legendary racer, Daytona USA, with the new Circuit Edition. After a year and a half since the original hit arcades, this enhanced version powers up the experience for the Saturn. The page showcases vibrant screenshots of the game in action, highlighting improved visuals and the iconic Red Hornet car tearing up the track. It's positioned as a response to fan demand for a remixed version, delivering a fresh take on the high-speed racing that made the original a hit, pushing speeds past 300 km per hour. The game features new courses and significantly enhanced graphics compared to its predecessor, promising a stunning and adrenaline-fueled race. The car selection and results screens are also previewed, confirming the core racing action and the possibility for 2-player head-to-head battles. This page delves into the circuits featured in Daytona USA Circuit Edition, showcasing the 5 tracks available, including 2 brand new additions. The page provides details on each course. 3-7 Speedway returns as the beginner track, retaining familiar elements like the roulette and sonic wall, but with updated music. Seaside Street Galaxy is highlighted as the advanced course, featuring challenging intersections and unique vocal BGM, along with appearances from characters like Jeffrey McWild. Among the new tracks are National Park Speedway, an original course set in a park with an amusement park backdrop, described as having a tricky skrank section. Desert City is another new course, an intermediate challenge with detailed terrain, a cool visual of a freight train at the start, and a loop section after a tunnel. Finally, Dinosaur Canyon, the intermediate course, stands out with its distinct rock formations and improved performance compared to the previous game, making it a more technical drive. The reviewer notes the atmospheric scenery and the smooth gameplay enabled by the enhanced processing speed. This page provides an in-depth look at the system mechanics of Riglord Saga 2, presented as a Sega power-up report. It covers everything from movement and story progression to the intricacies of combat. The article explains the game's flow, starting with world map movement to trigger events and battles, and the importance of understanding this structure to advance the story smoothly. It details the turn-based battle system, showing how players select characters, move, use skills or items, and execute actions. Screenshots illustrate the battle interface and character command options. A notable feature highlighted is the ability to switch between two camera perspectives, a top-down view suitable for exploration on the world map, and an isometric view used during battles and story segments for a more immersive feel. The game also provides a system for checking detailed enemy information, such as their stats and abilities, which is crucial for strategic planning and combat. The page is visually dominated by the game's logo and key character artwork, alongside various screenshots showcasing the different system elements being discussed. A small box at the bottom provides standard game release information. This page dives deeper into the strategic nuances of Riglord Saga 2's combat system, focusing on skills, terrain, and tactical positioning. It emphasizes the critical need to understand both your allies and the enemy's attack ranges to execute efficient actions and avoid unnecessary damage. The game features various skill types, each with distinct characteristics. Ninja skills, like those used by Asuka, are typically powerful single-target attacks, while archery, used by Nazuna, offers wider range and support capabilities, effective from a distance or against elevated foes. Mew possesses unique dragon transformation skills and powerful magic like Earth Mole, which can reshape the battlefield itself, trapping or damaging enemies by altering elevation. Luster's magic repertoire includes elemental attacks and crucial holy magic for healing and revival. Understanding terrain elevation is paramount, as highs and lows affect character movement ranges and can even cause damage if units fall. The game provides clear icons on the battle map, indicating terrain safety and navigability, helping players plan their moves. Skills gain experience through use, leading to level ups and the chance to learn new abilities through a flash system, rewarding frequent skill usage. Mastering these elements, skills, terrain, and positioning, is essential for strategic success in Riglord Saga 2. This page continues the deep dive into Riglord Saga 2, shifting focus to the story progression from the early game into the middle stages. It details the party's journey starting in the town of Goju, where they get caught up with the Kadoru army, and meet the intriguing female bandit Shiranami, an old friend of Asuka. The walkthrough highlights key locations and events, including battling bosses like Cha-Cha at Haoshuin to obtain the first key, confronting Waka on the explosive Goju Great Bridge for the second key, and rescuing villagers from Seryukaku by defeating Marusa to secure the third key. Gathering these three keys is crucial, as they unlock the sealed barrier cave, finally opening the path to Getten Castle, the enemy stronghold. The page features striking character art for Shiranami, the bear-transforming Kamui Kotan warrior Kamui, and the formidable Galzard, the main antagonist. Screenshots showcase various environments, like towns, dungeons, and battle maps, including the dramatic moment the bridge explodes. The story progresses towards the confrontation with Galzard himself within Getten Castle, setting the stage for the game's later chapters. This page dives into the world of Shining the Holy Ark, unveiling new combat details, and introducing a fascinating new character, the Pixie. The article reveals more about the battle system, showcasing different attack animations and spell effects from the protagonist's perspective, highlighting the visual impact of powerful abilities. Major focus is the Pixie, described as an ally who aids the player in battle and when investigating strange locations. It's revealed that these helpful creatures manifest as allies, possessing either ground or air attributes, and there are numerous types available. Intriguingly, the article shows how a mysterious painting can trigger the appearance of a succubus's aura, leading to the Pixie joining the party, suggesting a unique recruitment method. Screenshots illustrate various combat encounters against enemies like ghouls, skeletars, repticarns, and wild hounds, demonstrating different attacks including flashy strikes, spinning attacks, and devastating explosions. The page confirms the game is an RPG, nearing completion at 70% development. This page features Far East of Eden, the Apocalypse IV, highlighting its status as one of the RPG Big 3 Collection 1. The article notes the game is nearing completion, boasting an opening sequence likened to an anime video, and promising deep story content with new events. Starting with the protagonist and childhood friends Dave, Magoo, Umemi, and Sam in New Orleans, the story quickly unfolds, involving events like a building fire, and Umemi's capture by the Custer's Southern Cross Army. Gameplay screenshots show the top-down perspective and early story moments. The page also reveals a unique non-key action system, where characters perform spontaneous, fun actions when idle. A large map of America is featured, indicating the game's vast setting across the entire country for its events. This page continues the look at Far East of Eden, the Apocalypse IV, diving deeper into its systems and world. It reveals the concept of mastering powerful secret arts derived from the sacred fire of Eden, showing its transformation from a corrupted state. The page highlights combined secret arts, special techniques unleashed when specific characters team up, such as the Hunter of Love with Raisin and Gosoku, Red Sun with Raisin and Ace, Shining with Umemi and Yunu, and Getaway with Dave and Maggie. You'll also find information on the Monster Hunter guilds, which act as essential bases where hunters like Raisin can get quests, receive rewards beyond just money, and find unique, powerful weapons. Screenshots showcase guild locations across America, from Seattle to El Paso, Union Square, and Los Angeles. A significant portion details the game's diverse transportation methods, going far beyond typical RPG travel. Featured vehicles include a regular ferry, a handcart, the Dream Express train, the emerging Sukiyaki tank, the charming Candy Bus, the flying Tempura Fly, and the ancient Vimana. Additionally, you get a glimpse of specialized vehicles like the Sashimi Maryland, a submarine utilized by the enemy Black Cross Army, and the imposing mobile Fortress Alamo, used by the Resistance. Finally, there's a small note about Tengai Man, a snack item that appears in the game and was even planned for real-world sale. This page delves into the diverse locations and events players will encounter across America in Far East of Eden, the Apocalypse IV. It showcases unique dungeons and areas, highlighting the game's creative world design. You'll explore the bizarre Picture Book Dungeon, a 2D world you're pulled into from a magical book found in Salt Lake City. Then there's Drive, M's sinister secret factory Devo in Minnesota, where people are being regressed, and Madame Appetite's castle in Arizona, another Drive M stronghold focused on food production. The page also previews the monstrous Skull Tank Dungeon, a grotesque fusion of machinery and flesh, and the fantastical Film Dungeon, which resembles a twisting movie reel, possibly tied to Hollywood. You get a glimpse inside Mantor's mansion as the heroes prepare to challenge him, and traverse the natural jungle dungeon of Mexico, before entering the ancient golden pyramid hidden within, promising horror and challenges. The variety in environments and gameplay mechanics, from the 2D picture book world to unique perspectives like looking down in the jungle, demonstrates the game's imaginative scope. There's even a look at early design sketches for the picture book dungeon, showing the creative process behind these areas. This page explores the world and development of Far East of Eden, the Apocalypse IV. It details key locations and villains, including Cav's opulent residence, where a dark plot involving children is hinted at, Candytown, built atop a hospital in Seattle, and the distorted Japanese garden, filled with unique inhabitants, are also featured. Atlanta's TV Castle, controlled by the Dark Sect, is highlighted. The page includes an interview with Hudson developers discussing the extensive debugging process, challenges in managing voice data, and the game's complexity. They emphasize incorporating player feedback to refine the game. Additional content includes development sketches and a promotion for the Hudson website, plus information on a radio program hosted by voice actors. This page is dedicated to providing the latest information on Air's adventure, presented as a true RPG that prioritizes scenario and streamlines gameplay. It highlights the game's emphasis on storytelling and character interactions over tedious mechanics, aiming to be accessible even for RPG beginners. The page features striking character designs by none other than Yoshitaka Amano, Renowned for his work on Final Fantasy and Five Stars Story, we see prominent illustrations of the protagonist, Henri de Vincennes, and another key character, Corinne Verdun, showcasing Amano's distinctive style brought to life in the game's visuals. Gameplay is described through different sections. The game system aims for simplicity, with scenes categorized as indoor and town, where navigation is the focus. Town scenes allow interaction with NPCs and shops seamlessly, with reactions changing based on story progress. The system also employs helpful icons to guide players on their next action, like opening chests or interacting with the environment, preventing players from getting lost or stuck. Screenshots display diverse environments, from detailed towns and indoor areas to expansive world map views and dungeon exploration. A small table presents standard game specifications. The page emphasizes that the design choices, including the clear action prompts, contribute to a user-friendly experience. This page delves deeper into the world and characters of Air's Adventure, showcasing the distinctive designs by Yoshitaka Amano. We see detailed character profiles for the fairy companions. Undine, a water spirit and key character. Kettle, a cheerful fairy around 14 years old. Muffin, a younger, slightly sleepy fairy about 6 years old. And Buck, an energetic fairy around 12. Their diverse appearances, concept sketches, and CG model poses are presented, highlighting their unique personalities. Beyond the main party, various sub-characters crucial to the narrative are introduced, including Innocent de Benelux, the absolute ruler of Corinne, depicted with regal attire. Typical local townsfolk, Henry's cousin, Murillo de Cassini, who appears infatuated with Henry. Henry's uncle, Greco de Vincennes, a supportive figure. And members of a mysterious secret society tied to the game's lore. The stage settings are also given prominence, with detailed sketches of locations like the enigmatic Hall of Unity where key events occur, the Grand Corinne Castle Great Hall, and an image rough of a typical town scene, emphasizing the game's detailed environmental design. Finally, a look at the CG character animation patterns shows how the character models, like Corinne in a standing pose and Henry riding a horse, move fluidly in the game, bringing Amano's designs to life. The page reinforces the game's commitment to a rich world and engaging visuals. An interview with Air's Adventure developers, Masue Shibata and Masanobu Endo, reveals the game prioritizes user-friendliness. The core gameplay focuses on a simple system, emphasizing story and character interaction over complexity. The narrative centers on the interplay between the human and fairy worlds, using their contrasting air as a thematic element. Key characters like Henry and Corinne navigate the resulting chaos. Combat is turn-based with simplified controls and timing-based actions, while special moves use command inputs. The system aims for accessibility and even features two-player simultaneous battles. The developers highlight the game's focus on exploration, battles, and the blending of these two worlds. This page dives into the world of Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together, highlighted as part of the RPG Big 3 Collection 3. The page features impressive character artwork for the main cast and key faction leaders, alongside a detailed map of the Valeria Islands and small screenshots showing the game's isometric tactical combat. The core appeal is broken down, starting with the deep worldview centered on the conflict between the Walsta, Galgastan, and Bakram ethnic groups on the Valeria Islands. The narrative follows protagonist Dinam Pavel, his sister Katua, and friend Vice Basilia, caught in the turmoil that erupted after the death of King Dorgalua. The page also introduces the opposing forces and their prominent figures. Duke Ranwi leading the Walsta faction, Cardinal Barbados for the Galgastan Kingdom, and the formidable Dark Knight Lancelot Hamilton and Commander Brantamone, representing the Bakram Valeria Kingdom. The detailed map illustrates the game's setting, showcasing various regions and key locations across the islands. The feature promises a thorough examination of the game's mechanics, including unit management and battles, emphasizing its faithful port from the Super Famicom version. This page delves into the core mechanics of Tactics Ogre, focusing on how to prepare your units and navigate the complexities of battle. It highlights Point 2, Unit Management, essential for ensuring your army is battle-ready. This involves using the shop to acquire and sell gear, reinforce units, and make crucial class changes to unlock stronger abilities as your units level up. The page also introduces the Training Mode, a valuable tool for leveling up units safely and balancing your roster's experience. Point 3. Battle covers the numerous factors that dictate success or failure in combat. The environment plays a critical role. Terrain affects movement, attack, defense, and even magic effectiveness, with units having favored terrain types. Elevation is also key, often providing advantages in attack. Furthermore, magic effects change with terrain and weather, meaning wise commanders will use the environment to their advantage, such as casting water magic in wetlands, while adverse weather like storms can lower attack accuracy. Finally, the page touches on the 4 elements and 2 alignments that influence game progression. The elements, earth, water, wind, fire, are tied to patron deities and specific terrain, affecting resistances. The alignments, light and dark, represent a unit's moral leaning, impacting their resistance to corresponding magic and influencing character development. Mastering these interconnected systems is vital for victory in Valeria. This page showcases Konami's diverse software lineup for the Sega Saturn, highlighting several exciting releases. Featured prominently are the popular Parodius shooting series, with the gag-filled Sexy Parodius arriving November 1st and the chatty Jikyu Oshibari Parodius Forever, with Me launching December 13th, promising comedic action and even voice acting for the latter. Also highlighted is Tadisen Tokudama, a competitive table game scheduled for a December release. The page features Policenauts, presented as an interactive cinema experience already available, noting its bonus content and a special giveaway campaign. Fans of the dating simulation Tokimeki Memorial can find the puzzle game crossover, Tokimeki Memorial Taizen Puzzledama, also currently on sale, bringing beloved characters to the puzzle genre. A side panel lists a selection of other popular Konami Saturn titles, including various deluxe packs for shooting games like Gokuju Parodius and Datana Twinbee, along with adventure and sports titles like Snatcher and Jikyu Powerful Pro Yakyu. The overall message conveyed by the large text at the bottom is the overwhelming quality and variety of Konami's Sega Saturn software, suggesting gamers will be spoiled for choice. This page features releases from SNK, showcasing 2 of their popular fighting game franchises on the Sega Saturn. The left side highlights Samurai Showdown IV, Amakusa's Revenge, promoting a gift campaign tied to its release. It emphasizes the game's compatibility with the Sega Saturn expansion RAM cartridge and details the November 8th release date for both the standard CD and a value set. The lottery offers prizes like exclusive telephone cards featuring characters such as Nakoru. The right side announces the King of Fighters 96 for the Sega Saturn, prominently featuring antagonist Geese Howard and fan favorite Iori Yagami. The page highlights that this port also supports the expansion RAM cartridge, indicating a focus on delivering a high-quality arcade conversion. Screenshots demonstrate the game's intense 3-on-3 tag team battles. Both features underscore the importance of the RAM cartridge for enhancing the Saturn's fighting game experience. This page introduces Feng Shui Master, a fascinating urban improvement simulation game for the Sega Saturn. Unlike typical city builders, this title incorporates the ancient Chinese art of Feng Shui as its core mechanic. Players are tasked with developing and managing a city, making decisions about placement and construction to optimize the flow of energy and bring prosperity. Supervised by Feng Shui expert Hiroshi Takamura, the game is presented as a real-time, full-polygon simulation, allowing players to shape their cityscapes based on these unique principles. The page highlights the game's distinct concept with a prominent image of a goldfish, often associated with luck and prosperity in Feng Shui, alongside screenshots showing the detailed city environments and gameplay interface. This intriguing simulation arrived on the Sega Saturn on November 15, 1996. This page features 2 exciting games hitting the Sega Saturn. On the left, we've got Konami's Sexy Parodius, bringing the manic arcade shooting action with its signature gag humor and sexy twist right into your home. It's presented as a perfect port with a massive roster of 16 potential characters, offering 2-player co-op and a unique stage system where clearing conditions change the path. Over on the right, the long-awaited Lunar Silver Star story finally lands on the Sega Saturn. This isn't just a port, it's a completely rebuilt version of the classic RPG, boasting brand new content, stunning anime cutscenes, and a full voice cast, promising an emotional and grand fantasy adventure. Both games are highlighted as being available now. This page presents a double feature focusing on strategic depth and colorful characters coming to Sega Saturn. On the left, we see a promotion for Legend of the Galactic Heroes, a tactical simulation game based on the acclaimed anime and novel series. It features prominent characters like Yang Wenli and Reinhard von Lohengram, alongside massive space battleships, promising grand-scale strategic warfare. This title was scheduled for release on November 29, 1996. The right side is dedicated to the Galaxy Fraulein Yuna series. It heavily promotes Mika Akaitaka Illustworks, presented as a collection of CG illustrations essential for fans of the series, especially ahead of playing Yuna Remix and Yuna 3. This Illustworks collection highlights different viewing modes and includes voice actress content. It was available via mail order with an order deadline of November 18, 1996. Below this, there is also an announcement for Galaxy Fraulein Yuna Remix, a remake bringing the series to Sega Saturn on December 27, 1996, complete with special packaging. The page is adorned with vibrant character art from the series, featuring Yuna and friends in various scenes. This page features new video CD releases and the latest Sega Saturn sales rankings based on reader submissions and data. On the left, classic TV anime series are coming to VCD, including the boxing drama Orwa Tepe and the beloved fishing tale Churikichi Sanpei, both presented as complete TV series collections with various volumes available. Other popular anime, like Urusei Yatsura, Maison Ikoku, Ranma 1/2, and Nights into Dreams, are also highlighted for their VCD releases. The right side presents the Ranking Street section, offering a real-time game ranking derived from reader feedback and actual sales data. The rankings cover 2 weeks, showcasing Sega Saturn's top-selling titles. Langrisser 2 is noted for its strong debut, securing the top spot in the second week. Consistent performer Sakura Wars remains high on the charts, while other notable titles like Street Fighter Alpha 2, Virtua Fighter Kids, and Nights into Dreams also feature prominently, reflecting the diverse appeal of the console's library at the time. This section provides a valuable snapshot of the Japanese Sega Saturn market trends. This page features a multi-part tear-out postcard for Saturn Fan Magazine readers to engage with the publication. On the left side, it serves as a reader survey and contest entry form, featuring a game ranking table where enthusiasts could rate titles like Gyanblur Jikochu Shinpa, Jewels of the Oracle, Mighty Hit, Langrisser 2i, Shellshock, Starfighter 3000, Batsugun, Master of Monsters, Lunar, Silver Star Story, and Sega Rally Championship. Readers would fill in their address and rank games to submit their feedback. The right side of the postcard allows readers to apply for presents offered by the magazine, indicate their demographics such as school year, age, and gender, and provide feedback or submissions to specific sections like Ranking Street, the Cornhead Club, or the Game Research Lab, directly linking reader input to featured content like the rankings seen on the previous page. It's addressed to Takuma Shuten Intermedia in Tokyo, the magazine's publisher, designed to gather valuable reader data and preferences. This page dives into the reader-driven Ranking Street feature, showcasing the current game rankings based on player feedback gathered via surveys like the ones seen on the previous page. The main highlight is the Game Report card, which lists top titles ranked by readers. Leading the pack this time is Sakura Taisen, not only securing the #1 spot in the current ranking, but also holding a formidable second place in the magazine's all-time reader rankings, a testament to its quality. The game garnered an impressive 91% positive rating from readers. The ranking table also features other strong performers, like Romance of the Three Kingdoms V, Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story 1, The Blue Destiny, and several titles from the Sega Ages collection including Outrun and Afterburner 2. The page dedicates significant space to reader reviews and impressions of Sakura Taisen. Players praised its unique blend of adventure and simulation gameplay, the compelling story, memorable characters, the interactive lips dialogue system, and the impressive animation sequences. While a section exists for bitter whispers, less positive feedback, the overwhelming sentiment is extremely positive, with many hailing it as a masterpiece and a standout title on the console. The section concludes with a brief message from the Sega Sakura Taisen development team, expressing gratitude for the enthusiastic reception. This page continues the reader-driven rankings, showcasing positions 2 through 4. Coming in at number 2 is Romance of the Three Kingdoms vs. Readers appreciate the game's strategic depth and large-scale battles, noting improvements over previous entries. The artificial intelligence is seen as challenging, and the overall strategic experience is rewarding. However, some found the diplomacy options lacking, and felt the interface could be improved, making certain actions cumbersome. Ranked number 3 is Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story 1, The Blue Destiny. Players praised the realistic movement and detail of the mobile suits, finding the graphics impressive. The action is fast-paced and engaging. Criticisms included issues with the lock-on system and sometimes confusing mission objectives, making it occasionally difficult to know what to do. The manufacturer expressed gratitude for the feedback and hinted at future entries in the series. Securing the number 4 spot is Sega Ages Outrun. This port is lauded for its faithful recreation of the arcade experience, delivering pure nostalgic fun. The driving feels responsive, and the classic music is a highlight. Some minor points of contention include dated graphics compared to modern titles and a lack of deep gameplay beyond the time attack. But overall, it's seen as an excellent port that captures the essence of the original. This page continues the reader rankings. Coming in at number 5 is Tokimeki Memorial Taisen Puzzle Dama, a puzzle game leveraging the popular dating sim IP. Fans appreciated seeing their favorite characters in a competitive puzzle setting, highlighting the fan service and strategic depth of the puzzle battles, although some found the highest difficulties quite challenging. Ranked number 6 is Sega Ages Afterburner 2. This classic arcade port is praised for its smooth performance and accurate recreation of the original experience. Players enjoyed the fast-paced action and impressive visuals and sound that brought the arcade feel home. Securing the number 7 spot is Magical Drop 2. This highly addictive puzzle game was well received for its fast gameplay and engaging mechanics. Readers enjoyed the various modes and characters, finding it a solid port of the arcade hit. Finally, at number 8 is Real Bout Fatal Furies. Stunk's fighting game received praise for its technical gameplay and character roster. Players liked the mechanics like Just Defend and Ringouts, appreciating the depth, though some noted minor issues compared to the arcade version. The developer acknowledged reader feedback, promising improvements for future releases. This page reviews reader-ranked games, starting with Girls Panic SS at number 9. The puzzle game's reception was mixed, with praise for its gameplay and character designs, despite graphic comparisons to the arcade version. Thunder Force Gold Pack 1 number 10, featuring Thunder Force 2 and 2i, garnered praise for 2i's classic shooter gameplay. Destruction Derby 11 divided players with concerns on car control, though its core concept was liked. Mezase Idol Star Natsuhiro Memories 12 saw harsh critiques on its AI, while others enjoyed the idle theme. Haunted Casino 13 faced slow-loading issues, but its atmosphere was appreciated. Joshikusei no Goto Pukun Pa 14 divided players, but appealed to gal game fans. Battle Arena Tushinden Ura 15 was criticized graphically, but praised for its story and new characters. Developers responded to the feedback with comments on future content and improvements. Quote, this page continues the reader feedback section, delving into games ranked 16th and several non-ranked titles, including a special deep dive into Nights into Dreams. Coming in at number 16 is Mahjong Yon Shimai Wakakusa Monogatari, which received mixed reactions. Some appreciated the HAFE scenes and graphics, while others found the Mahjong gameplay basic and repetitive. Several non-ranked games also feature. Good Island Cafe feedback praised its simple controls, but criticized the AI and movie segments. Soccer Kids, Beginner's Edition, was seen as a decent educational tool, but reviewers felt the movie content was lacking and the text explanation weak, suggesting improvements like adding soccer fan features. The page dedicates significant space to an extra review for Nights into Dreams, based on reader submissions. The feedback is overwhelmingly positive, with players expressing deep emotional connection to the game's visuals, sound, and unique gameplay. It's marked as must play. Also reviewed is Clockwork Knight Volume 1, with feedback on its 2.5D presentation and simple action gameplay. Finally, the page includes calls for reader submissions to review various other Saturn titles, offering prizes like Telegra and soft tickets for those whose reviews are published. They are collecting feedback on games like Lunar, Silver Star Story, and Batsugun, among others. This page features the real-time game ranking based on reader votes, with a special focus on the continued dominance of Sakura Taisen. It sits comfortably at the top spot, with an unprecedented score, far ahead of the competition, setting a new record that the report suggests will be hard to break. The ranking list itself shows the top games based on votes, but the accompanying ranking report delves deeper. The left side discusses Sakura's immense popularity, highlighting its record-breaking points total, and noting that while many readers voted, points are heavily concentrated at the top. It also mentions the drop of fan favorite Tokimeki Memorial, but points out that games popular with female players continue to hold strong positions, likely contributing to Sakura's lasting appeal. The right side of the report focuses on new software releases, making their mark on the charts. Anticipated titles like Mobile Suit Gundam, Side Story 1, Senritsu no Blue, are praised for their realistic mobile suit handling and detailed gameplay, immediately ranking high. Nights into Dreams is still holding firm in the top 20, even after a slight dip, with the report acknowledging its unique and engaging mechanics. Other new entries are noted, including Mahjong Sisters, which leverages popular characters to secure a good rank based on reader support. The report concludes by emphasizing that while new games are entering, Sakura Taisen continues its solo run at the peak. This page features the latest reader rankings, broken down into popular and anticipated titles. First up is the popular ranking Best 30. Leading the pack is Wangan Dead Heat plus Real Arcade Battle, showing the continued popularity of arcade racers. Sakura Taisen holds strong at number 2, still a fan favorite. Virtua Fighter 2 maintains its high position, a testament to its enduring appeal in the fighting genre. Other notable titles in the top 10 include Grandia and Lunar. Eternal Blue. The ranking report notes the continued presence of simulation games and RPGs high up the list, alongside the expected fighting and action hits. Below that is the anticipated ranking Best 10, showcasing what readers are most looking forward to. Topping this list is Biohazard, known internationally as Resident Evil, a highly anticipated survival horror title. Final Fantasy V2 and Virtua Fighter 3 also feature prominently, demonstrating the hype surrounding these upcoming blockbusters. Finally, a significant section is dedicated to The Legend of the Galactic Heroes, a recurring column for fans of the series. This installment discusses the history of the Free Planets Alliance, touching upon its foundation and key figures, like Yang Wenli. There's also a character profile section highlighting Wolfgang Mittermeier and Oskar von Reuenthal, two prominent characters from the Galactic Empire side, and a comic strip illustrating a scene involving characters from the series. This section clearly caters to the strong fan base of the anime and novels among the readership. This page dives into the world of Sega's development teams and highlights anticipated titles. The Sega CS Development Department column continues, offering insights into the lives of the developers and even discussing where they meet their partners, providing a lighthearted look behind the scenes. They are also giving away copies of the action game Vectorman to readers. The main focus is a special feature on anticipated games presented by GDNet, described as a group of seasoned professionals involved in game production. This feature covers Lunar, Eternal Blue, Slayers, and a mahjong game titled Gyuanzu Abare Jishinha. A section clarifies that GDNet is a company that supports game development through, especially, the CSK Group, aiding projects in various ways. The highlight is a detailed look at Lunar, Eternal Blue for the Sega Saturn. This is presented as a major RPG port from the Mega CD, promising a rich story and impressive animation sequences that enhance the player experience. Character art and screenshots showcase the game's presentation. This page continues the GDNet feature on the upcoming RPG, Lunar, Eternal Blue for the Sega Saturn. It highlights the creative team behind the series, emphasizing the enduring partnership of character designer Toshiyuki Kubuka and scenario writer Kei Shigema, who are crucial to the game's emotional depth. The central figures, protagonist Hiro and heroine Lucia, are showcased with various character art, focusing on Lucia's mysterious background and Hiro's curious nature, along with their companion Ruby. The key point is the confirmation that the voice cast from the Mega CD version of the original game, Lunar, the Silver Star, will reprise their roles for Eternal Blue, ensuring continuity for fans. The article discusses the Saturn port's development goals, aiming to balance the critically acclaimed story of the Mega CD version with increased player freedom, including the addition of numerous new dungeons, possibly available after clearing the main story. An interview with GameArt's president Yuichi Miyagi delves deeper into these aspirations, explaining the desire to add more exploration elements to the traditionally linear, story-focused RPG. He also mentions the possibility of the game shipping on 2 discs, likely to accommodate the expanded content and animation sequences Lunar is known for. For newcomers, a sidebar briefly introduces the first game, Lunar, the Silver Star, highlighting its significance in animation. The page concludes with a call for fan requests and feedback for the game's development. Screenshots from both the original Lunar and the Saturn version of Eternal Blue are featured throughout. This page introduces the Sega Saturn Simulation RPG based on the popular anime and novel series Slayers. It promises an original story blending elements from both the main Slayers series and Slayers specials. The article confirms that fan-favorite characters Lena Inverse and Naga the Serpent will be central figures in this new adventure, featuring prominent character artwork of both. Adding to the excitement, 2 new characters are revealed: a small, green-haired, 3D rendered character and a menacing, purple-skinned creature, hinting at unexpected additions to Lena's party and potential villains. The page teases that the Saturn version will allow for surprising party compositions, including characters original to the game itself. This departure from established canon suggests a fresh narrative direction for fans to anticipate. This page centers on GD.net, introducing Gyukara Jiko Tokyo Mahjongland as its inaugural software release. This mahjong game boasts several distinct features, including a date mahjong mode with unique opponents like Mesu Maku, special actions triggered by specific character combinations in free matches, and engaging mini-games like a roulette and slot machine, promising varied ways to play and win. Screenshots highlight these different gameplay modes and character selections. The page also provides a look at other titles available or coming soon via GD.net. This impressive lineup includes major RPGs like Grandia and Lunar, Eternal Blue, the tactical RPG Slayers, which was the focus of the previous page, the unique action game Silhouette Mirage, the strategic Chaos Seed, and others like Daina Heart Island, Mahu Gakuen Lunar, Baroque, and even Basic for Sega Saturn for those interested in programming. Furthermore, GD.net is running a survey to gather feedback from Sega Saturn fans about the service's future, featuring GD.net president Mr. Miyasako discussing the initiative. Participants in the survey have a chance to win various Lunar-related merchandises. The section also lists the companies participating in GD.net, showcasing broad industry support. The next page reports on the Sega Saturn Digital Circus, a massive event celebrating the console's 2nd anniversary. This was the place to be to get hyped for the holiday season and beyond, letting fans play highly anticipated titles before they released. You could check out demos of games like the fast-paced Virtua Cop 2, the chilling sci-fi horror of Enemy Zero, tactical mecha battles in Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story, and the unique blend of adventure and strategy in Sakura Wars. It wasn't just demos. The event included a survey with cool prizes like the FV Alba watch and competitive Cyber Troopers Virtual-On tournaments, offering sought-after gear like the twin-stick controller. The game lineup was stacked, featuring a huge range of genres with Sega heavyweights like Nights into Dreams, Fighting Vipers, The Shining series, Daytona USA, and Sega Rally Championship, alongside strong third-party support from titles like Suikoden, Real Bout Fatal Fury, King of Fighters 96, Tomb Raider, and many more. This big tour brought the digital circus experience to cities all across Japan throughout November and December, ensuring fans nationwide got a taste of the Saturn's future. This page offers a deep dive into the highly anticipated Enemy Zero, following up on its appearance at the Digital Circus event. The report highlights that a wealth of previously unreleased footage has been obtained, specifically focusing on the real-time segments within the mysterious summer and fall towers of the spaceship Aki-1, the game's primary setting, which is divided into 4 towers. With the game nearing completion, they reveal that all locations within the spaceship are now finalized, offering a glimpse into the atmosphere and environments players will explore. Key narrative points are touched upon, including a discussion of the opening movie and a cryptic dream lore experiences about a battle in a city. It's also confirmed that combat plays a role, and weapons can be upgraded, adding depth to the gameplay as encounters become more challenging. The final crew member, Marcus, a doctor, is introduced, rounding out the team of 7. Numerous screenshots showcase the atmospheric corridors and detailed environments players will navigate throughout the game. This page dives deeper into the network features of Enemy Zero and features exclusive interviews with the voice cast. First, it breaks down some of the core network functions available to the player on the spaceship Asaki-1. The video phone allows you to see and communicate with the other crew members in real time, essential for coordinating and gathering information. The information system provides real-time data about the ship, including its status, location, and the state of doors and locks, which is crucial for navigation and survival. Finally, the database contains detailed files on the crew members and other crucial information, helping to unravel the mystery of what's happening on board. Accessing these features requires using the ship's terminals found throughout the vessel. The page also highlights exclusive interviews with the Japanese voice cast of Enemy Zero. Featured are the talents behind characters like Laura and others, sharing their experiences recording for the game. They discuss the difference between voice acting for games compared to anime, the challenge and excitement of bringing the characters to life, and their impressions of the game's story and atmosphere. The voice actors express their enthusiasm for the project and the unique experience of working on a game like Enemy Zero, noting the depth and realism they aim to achieve in their performances. The recording sessions, which involve capturing extensive dialogue, are also mentioned, emphasizing the scale of the voice work involved. This page delves into the strategic depth of the game Legend of the Galactic Heroes, focusing on fleet management and combat tactics. The game pits the Galactic Empire and the Free Planets Alliance against each other in a struggle for galactic control. Players must recruit personnel to command their fleets, with over 100 characters available from the original work. These commanders lead customizable fleets, where selecting the right formation and mix of warships is crucial for battlefield success. The page shows examples of tactical formations and how different ship types influence strategy, emphasizing the importance of balancing long-range capabilities with mobility. It also covers movement on the galactic map, showing how fleets travel between star systems and the time it takes for them to arrive. Various character portraits of key commanders like Reinhard von Lohengrin, Siegfried Kircheiss, Oskar von Ruenthal, Wolfgang Mittermeier, and Fritz Joseph Bittenfeld are featured, alongside images of iconic flagships such as the Brunhild, Barbarossa, Beowulf, and Königstiger. The content provides a solid overview of the core gameplay mechanics for mastering the vast space battles. This page provides a deeper look into the gameplay of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, detailing the real-time tactical combat and how story-driven events impact strategy. The tactical simulation involves directing fleets in real time on a grid map, issuing commands for movement and attack, and predicting enemy actions. Fleet performance is influenced by formations, weapon ranges, and the abilities of commanding officers, which are highlighted on separate status screens. The page also emphasizes the role of events, many drawn from the original series, in shaping the overall conflict. These events can offer strategic opportunities or challenges, and player choices during certain events might even alter famous outcomes from the story, such as the fate of Siegfried Kircheiss, suggesting a degree of player agency. Finally, the game features several historical battles from the series as scenarios, including famous confrontations like Astarte, Amritsar, Ragnarok, and Vermilion. These scenarios allow players to relive or potentially change the course of these key moments in galactic history, featuring prominent characters like Yang Wenli and Reinhard von Lohengrin. The screenshots showcase various aspects of the game, from tactical maps and battle scenes featuring polygonal ship models, to character portraits and strategic overview screens. This page delves into the strategic depths required to achieve the true ending in Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. It emphasizes the critical role of the Chaos Frame system, a hidden stat reflecting your reputation, which is essential for success. The article breaks down the game's progression, revealing there are 25 main stages plus 5 hidden ones unique to the Saturn version, and outlines how to access these secret areas by meeting specific conditions, including maintaining a high chaos frame and finding the Firecrest item. Effective unit management is key, influenced by characters' alignment and charisma stats. The page details different strategies for unit composition, such as focusing on liberating strongholds quickly with high alignment/charisma leaders, or building interception units. It also touches upon how defeating lower-level enemies can raise your chaos frame, while certain character actions or choices, like recruiting Deneb, have unique impacts. Furthermore, it discusses the use of tarot cards in battle as a powerful tool, and the importance of managing unit costs, which are tied to your chaos frame. The included screenshots showcase the tactical map, unit stats, tarot card usage, and glimpses of hidden locations. This page continues the in-depth guide to Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, focusing intensely on unit composition and character types to achieve victory. It stresses that strategic unit setup, based on character traits, alignment, and charisma, is paramount. Building on the previous discussion of chaos frame and liberation, the page details how different units excel in various roles, whether attacking strongholds, intercepting enemies, or providing support. It also touches upon optimizing the main character's unit for boss battles. The core of the page is a comprehensive overview of the game's diverse character classes. It explains that characters evolve through class changes and are categorized into systems based on race, human, demi-human, evil, monster, and size. impacting unit placement and combat effectiveness. Detailed profiles are provided for numerous classes, outlining their required level, alignment, and charisma stats for promotion, along with key characteristics and battle roles. This section serves as an essential reference for players planning their unit compositions and character development paths to maximize their army's potential. This page continues the in-depth guide to Ogre Battle. March of the Black Queen, providing a detailed look at the multitude of character classes available to players. Building on the previous discussion of unit composition and strategy, this section serves as a vital reference for anyone aiming to build a powerful army. The page is filled with character portraits and comprehensive descriptions for dozens of classes, categorized by types such as evil, monster, giant, undead, beast, avian, aquatic, and dragon. Each entry outlines the specific level, alignment, and charisma requirements needed for a unit to promote into that class, which is crucial for planning character development paths. The descriptions detail each class's combat strengths and weaknesses, including the type and number of attacks they perform in both the front and rear ranks. They also specify resistances and vulnerabilities to different damage types like physical, magical, light, dark, fire, and cold. Understanding these traits is key to strategically deploying units, pairing characters effectively, and countering enemy formations. Unique abilities, like the day/night transformations of werewolves, or the special attacks of legendary dragons, are also highlighted, emphasizing their strategic importance in battle. This comprehensive breakdown empowers players to make informed decisions about unit composition and maximize their army's potential. This page provides an express report on the latest game screenshots for Galaxy Fräulein Yuna Remix on the Sega Saturn. The release date has been decided, and production is going smoothly. As the article delves into the game's appeal, it highlights that a large number of new visuals have been included specifically for the Saturn version, boasting significantly improved quality, even for scenes present in the original P-Engine release. The game also includes animated movies and bonus content, offering more than just a simple renewal. The page introduces the main protagonist, Yuna, the savior of light, described as the winner of the Miss Galaxy contest and a luminous idol. She's cheerful and easygoing. We also see Elna, the sage of wisdom, a Yuna clone who serves as the Queen of Light's attendant. She is very serious and is crucial for the final battle against the darkness, acting as a watchful guardian. A key element discussed is finding the sealed clones. 3 of Yuna's clones are sealed away on various planets in the universe. The goal is to find them, as the fight against the darkness is impossible without them. The page showcases the designs and brief descriptions of 3 clones: Marina of the Sea, Gina of the Earth, and Arena of the Sky, each possessing distinct abilities tied to their element. This page delves further into the world of Galaxy Fräulein Yuna Remix on Sega Saturn, showcasing some of the formidable foes Yuna will face across the cosmos. We're introduced to the artificial planet Flint, where Yuna encounters 2 unique enemies: Kaika of the Tea Ceremony, who bizarrely weaponizes her tea skills, and the Rock Queen, a young heavy metal enthusiast. The page also highlights the water planet, Mariana, where a swimsuit contest takes place, leading to encounters with Aria and Mai. Mai of Roppongi is presented as a college student who challenges Yuna, appearing multiple times throughout the game, even pursuing Yuna and featuring in swimsuit scenes herself. Finally, there's an interview with original author Mika Akitaka. He expresses satisfaction with the Sega Saturn version, noting significant improvements in visual quality and full-screen graphics compared to the original PC Engine release, emphasizing the care taken in adapting the game and adding new content. This page continues the exploration of the characters in Galaxy Fräulein Yuna, introducing Lulis from a tropical jungle planet. She appears gentle but transforms into a formidable combatant, wielding a violin as her weapon. Another character featured is Aphrodite, the daughter of a renowned violinist, who utilizes musical attacks. The page also prominently features the Galaxy Fräulein Yuna Mika Akitaka Illustworks software. This collection is a must-have for fans, containing over 100 illustrations from the game's original artist, Mika Akitaka. It functions like a gallery, allowing viewers to appreciate the artwork in high resolution. The software also includes character profiles, interviews, and voice acting, offering a deeper look into the world and creation of Galaxy Fräulein Yuna. The interview section provides insight into the design process, including the use of both illustrations and real-life backgrounds in the game. The Illustworks product itself was exclusively available via mail order. This page presents a first look at the shooting game based on the classic anime film, Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Do you remember Love? It's highlighted as a continuation report on the upcoming title. The page features prominent character artwork from the film alongside screenshots of the game's shooting action. The game focuses on piloting the iconic variable fighter Valkyrie, showcasing its three distinct modes: the fast fighter mode, the versatile Jurwalk mode, and the combat-ready Batroid mode. The text explains how these transformations are key to adapting to various combat situations. The game is being developed aiming for a January release to coincide with the 15th anniversary of Macross. The summary includes details about the game's genre being shooting and its target release window and price, emphasizing that the game's core mechanics revolve around this transforming fighter gameplay. This page continues the in-depth look at the Super Dimension Fortress Macross game on Saturn, based on the popular movie, Do You Remember Love? It highlights how the game aims to recapture the film's emotion and spectacle. Combat is detailed as having significant depth, utilizing multiple layers in the battlefield for tactical maneuvers, reminiscent of the dynamic space battles from the anime. The game also faithfully incorporates the iconic love triangle storyline between Ichijo Hikaru, Lin Minmay, and Hayase Misa, even including original scenarios unique to the Saturn version and allowing players to witness famous scenes from the movie. A crucial gameplay element is the variable fighter Valkyrie's transformation capability. Players must strategically switch between fighter, Jurwalk, and Batroid modes depending on the situation to overcome Zentradi forces, examples of which, the Nujed Ulger and Regult, are also showcased. A major point of excitement for fans is revealed. Mari Ijima is returning to reprise her role as the voice of Lin Minmay for the game, adding significant authenticity. The page clearly aims to excite fans by emphasizing faithful adaptation mixed with new content. This page provides a detailed report on the game Dragon's Heaven, an adaptation of the tabletop RPG of the same name created by Group SNE. The game is set in a unique island world and centers around a conflict involving a mysterious talking sword and interconnected teleporters. The report highlights several key gameplay systems designed to create an immersive adventure. These include character abilities that evolve throughout the journey, a seamless growth system, and a unique Chownetic battle system that displays simultaneous actions from both allies and enemies. The world itself is dynamic, featuring a system that visually represents the changing four seasons, impacting the environment. There's even a mention of a minigame, like a tank race. The page introduces the 6 main characters who embark on this adventure: Scott, the young protagonist; Pavar, a fairy with a forgotten past; Elki, an older elf priest's assistant; Sylvia, a skilled dual user of sword and magic; Gus, a battle-hardened dwarf aiming to be a warrior; and Faye, a magic user who serves as the protagonist's rival. Accompanying the text are various screenshots showcasing the game's visuals, from dramatic scenes and character illustrations to in-game shots of locations, the seasonal changes, and the user interface elements. The report notes that these are the latest screenshots obtained, supervised by the original RPG creators. This page kicks off with a huge spread for the upcoming game Quo Vadis 2. Planet Assault Ovan Ray. The left side features stunning character artwork, showcasing the diverse cast in a dramatic scene, alongside the game's bold title treatment. The article highlights the impressive development team assembled by Grams, featuring veteran creators known for their work on iconic anime like Macross, Z Gundams, and Armored Troopers Votoms, as well as a celebrated illustrator for character designs. This caliber of staff promises something special and marks a significant challenge for the developer. A key focus is the game's real-time battle system. Unlike typical strategy games, Quo Vadis 2 emphasizes commanding units on the battlefield in real time. The preview mentions strategic maps and communication screens that pop up during combat, simulating the tension and information flow of a real military operation. Screenshots show unit stats, tactical views, and character portraits appearing for communications. The head of Graham's entertainment division is interviewed, discussing their goal of recreating the realism and atmosphere of anime-style battlefield simulations, focusing on strategic command rather than direct action. This sounds like a deep dive into strategic military sci-fi. This page jumps into a detailed look at Mobile Suit Gundam's side story, The Blue Destiny, specifically focusing on Stage 3, titled Time Limit. The objective here is to stop a missile launch. The article highlights the game's continuation of the side story theme and emphasizes the major change in gameplay, using a twin-stick control setup. It features screenshots showcasing the intense action and the environment of Stage 3, which is described as a base with many buildings and obstacles. Enemies like the Zaku Cannon, Zaku, and Goof appear, making combat challenging, especially with multiple opponents. The blue new Type U's mobile suit, likely the protagonist's Blue Destiny Unit 1, is featured prominently, indicating its importance in the escalating conflict. The strategic element of the stage is noted, advising players to focus on destroying the missile launch facilities, DABA, and being mindful of the numerous enemy mobile suits. The exam system, a performance-boosting feature, is also mentioned. The preview suggests the stage is difficult, with constant movement necessary to avoid concentrated fire, particularly from stationary turrets, which are also a key target. The article conveys the sense of a heated battle, where strategic targeting and mastering the twin-stick controls are crucial for success. This page dives into the world of Gege no Kitaro, previewing an upcoming sound novel adventure for the Saturn. Based on the classic anime, the game features Kitaro and his iconic group of yokai allies, including Nezumi Otoko, Tsunakake Baba, Konaki Jiji, Itan Momon, and Neko Musume, all depicted in vibrant character art. The premise sees Kitaro and his friends embarking from Gage Forest to help save humans. Starting with a mysterious letter as an adventure title, the story unfolds through text and visuals, with crucial moments involving battles and branching story paths depending on your choices. Screenshots showcase the game's atmosphere, ranging from detailed environments like a snowy village and Kitaro's house, to eerie monster illustrations. Notable enemy yokai like the terrifying, fire-covered Kasha, who preys on human souls, and the Morio, which possesses corpses, are highlighted, promising encounters with formidable creatures straight from Japanese folklore. This looks like a must-play for fans of the series, bringing its unique blend of spooky and charming to the Saturn. This page provides a preview of the Sega Saturn title, Dragon Master Silk. It showcases the game's opening sequence, which uniquely begins with the protagonist, Silk, relaxing in a bathhouse alongside 3 spirit dragons. The game is presented as an RPG, where Silk and her companions confront a demon king. The page features vibrant character artwork for Silk, the 3 spirit dragons known as AKA, Ao, and Ki, as well as supporting characters like Shira and an elf, Yoseisen. Screenshots depict the opening bath scene, a picturesque landscape, and a scene showing Silk and the spirit dragons preparing for battle. The article touches on the game's role-playing genre and notes its development progress. It appears to be a charming RPG, with a focus on its characters and lighthearted moments. This page presents an exclusive look at the Sega Saturn port of Graduation Crossworld. This title brings the beloved romance-adventure series to the Saturn, fully porting the PlayStation version while adding brand new original voice drama content. The game centers around the final summer vacation of a high school student who dreams of being a pilot. Players navigate the city of Yokohama, spending time with a cast of 12 unique girls, including 10 returning characters from previous graduation games and 2 new ones. The goal is to build affection through conversations and events. Key gameplay involves exploring various locations in Yokohama to find and interact with the girls. Time management is crucial, as the game progresses in 30-minute increments, and certain locations like discos or libraries have limited hours. Events trigger based on location, time, and affection levels, with failing specific date events potentially leading to a game over. The player's room serves as a base where you can adjust time and review character data in an album. The game features a multi-ending system based on the player's actions and relationships. Visuals showcase the anime art style prominent in the series, with character portraits, event CGS, and simple map and location displays. It looks like a classic visual novel/simulation hybrid, focused on character interaction and narrative. This page features a report on the popular anime series Tenchi Muyo, making its debut as a puzzle game. It's a competitive falling block puzzle game, where players match 3 or more identical blocks to clear them and attack their opponent. The game features a roster of beloved characters from the series, including Tenchi, Ryoko, Ayeka, Sasami, Mihoshi, and Kiyone, each with unique attacks that reflect their personalities from the anime. A key system highlighted is the Puku Puku water attack, generated by combos, which causes blocks to sink in the opponent's well, requiring specific items to remove them. The presentation includes rich character reactions and animations during gameplay, adding to the anime feel. There are also opening and ending sequences, with the endings featuring original songs by the characters. It appears to be a charming adaptation that brings the Tenchi Muyo cast and humor to a familiar puzzle format. This page features a report on the popular dating simulation game, Dokusei 2. The main focus is an introduction to 6 of the female characters players will encounter in the main story, highlighting the variety of personalities and backgrounds in the game. The report touches on the game's core loop, which involves players walking around the fictional town of Yachiyacho to meet characters and advance the narrative, a key element that differentiates it from simpler command-based dating sims. A table provides basic game information like genre, player count, and development status. A significant portion of the page is dedicated to the Conehead Club, a community section where readers share their thoughts and letters. The Free subsection contains reader mail covering a range of topics, including impressions of various classic game series like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, as well as current titles like Tokimeki Memorial and Virtua Fighter 3. The page also includes a release commemoration gallery, showcasing illustrations from other recently released or upcoming titles, including Master of Monsters and Riglord Saga 2, offering a glimpse into the diverse software available. This page continues the Conehead Club community section, featuring reader contributions and fan artwork. The We Are Supporters area highlights fan clubs for Dragon Force and Tokimeki Memorial, with readers sharing their experiences, thoughts on game endings, and character preferences, accompanied by illustrations for both titles. The Love Counseling Room focuses heavily on Dokusei 2, offering reader perspectives and showcasing numerous character illustrations, expanding on the previous page's report. The Sakura Gallery is dedicated to the popular Sakura Wars series, featuring reader art of characters like Sakura, Shinguji, and Iris, alongside a humorous manga strip. The Cone Kids Network board serves as a general feedback section, where fans discuss a range of topics, including impressions of Sega Saturn hardware and special editions, and delve deeper into characters and moments from games like Sakura Wars and Dokusei 2. This page continues the fan contribution section, kicking off with Sega AM Freak, highlighting reader artwork for games from Sega's AM divisions. There's a strong focus on Virtua Fighter, with illustrations of various characters like Pei, Sarah, and Lion Rafal, alongside Sonic the Hedgehog and characters from Last Bronx. Readers express their affection for Honey and Penny from Last Bronx and the Virtua Fighter cast, noting the popularity of the Virtua Fighter 3 illustrations. Next, the Conehead Club features more reader submissions, including artwork related to Virtua Fighter 3 and potentially other titles, showcasing characters like Akoi, Umenokoji, and Pai-chan. These contributions often include short comments or reactions from the readers themselves. Below that, the Satafan letters Q and A section addresses questions from readers, covering topics ranging from game choices like SVideo versus RGB cables for picture quality, to career advice for becoming a game magazine editor, and insights into simulation games and character preferences, particularly referencing Dokusei 2 from the previous page. Finally, a small section outlines the rules for submitting contributions to the magazine, detailing acceptable formats and content for fan art and letters. Overall, it's a vibrant showcase of the magazine's community, filled with fan enthusiasm for Sega's arcade and Saturn hits. This Sega Saturn news update features a Last Bronx tournament recap, celebrating the soundtrack release, with Lisa performing live. Konami announces a creator training school to cultivate game development talent, including the director of Police Knots. Quo Vadis 2's animated adaptation and radio show are also detailed. A Street Racer Extra Tournament report covers competition on both Saturn and PlayStation. New Sega accessories, such as an AV selector and a Virtua gun sight, are introduced. Tecmo's Game Live 96 event preview hypes Dead or Alive, showcasing the arcade title's expected Saturn release. The article also highlights character goods, particularly Atlas selling Jack Frost merchandise. Finally, the report features a game store targeting high school girls and a radio show announcement tied to a Shaki Hoshino and video system projects. This page provides a dynamic mix of news, game data, and a prize giveaway. The News Dynamite section highlights Digital GIPS, a CD-ROM magazine focusing on games, featuring characters like Nine Laura. It also announces the upcoming Virtua Fighter 3 Makishima Battle National Tournament, with qualifiers happening in arcades. Additionally, this section recommends 3 CDs, an album for Police Knots, one for Decathlete featuring character art, and a music album by voice actress Kyoko Hikami. A significant portion is dedicated to the Saturn database, a comprehensive listing of all 393 Sega Saturn titles released up to October 25, 1996. This database includes details like publisher, release date, price, and compatibility with various peripherals such as the multi-controller, Virtua Gun, and X-band modem. Finally, the page features the Dynamite Present giveaway, offering readers a chance to win prizes like a Capcom poster set, a Dead or Alive poster and video, or a signed poster from the music unit W's. This page continues the comprehensive Sega Saturn game database, a vital resource for players. It systematically lists games across 5 distinct genres: simulation with 36 titles, adventure boasting 43 titles, shooting featuring 47 titles, sports with 34 titles, and puzzle games tallying 36 titles. For each entry, the database provides essential information, including the publisher, original release date, price, required backup data size, and compatibility with peripherals, like the multi-controller and Virtua Gun. It also includes target age ratings and a combined score, offering insight into the game's reception. Notable titles appearing in these lists include classics like Panzer Dragoon in the shooting section, the atmospheric Mist in adventure, the competitive Virtua Striker in sports, and puzzle staple Puyo Puyo 2. This detailed breakdown serves as an excellent reference for players exploring the Saturn's extensive library across various gameplay styles. This page continues the comprehensive Sega Saturn database, expanding beyond the genres covered previously to detail other titles. A significant collection of racing games including popular arcade ports, various table-style games like shogi and hanafuda, numerous mahjong titles, and a selection of educational and database software. Like the preceding sections, each entry provides crucial details such as the publisher, release date, price, and compatibility information, serving as an invaluable reference for the console's extensive library. Following the game listings is a dedicated section on Sega Saturn hardware and peripherals. This part of the database is essential for players looking to enhance their Saturn experience, covering the different console models released, a wide array of controllers including standard pads and specialized joysticks, various input devices like the Virtua Gun and Racing Wheel, and other useful peripherals such as memory cards, modems, and storage solutions. Each hardware entry lists the manufacturer, release date, price, and a summary of its key features and functions, providing practical information for navigating the Saturn's ecosystem. This page is a reader feedback and present giveaway page, inviting readers to answer a questionnaire for a chance to win prizes. The questionnaire covers various topics, including reader demographics, reading habits, hardware ownership, favorite articles, and preferences from the included lists of the month's articles, available hardware, and a continuation of the extensive Sega Saturn software database listing many titles. The prizes offered include several Sega Saturn software titles for multiple winners, such as Terra Fantastica, Tactics Ogre, Enemy Zero, Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story, Dragon Force 2, and Digital Pinball, Necronomicon. A larger prize, possibly a large number of telephone cards, Teleka, or perhaps a TV, is also listed for many winners, oddly placing Virtua Cop 2 next to this larger prize entry. The page provides clear instructions on how to fill out the application postcard, including specific rules for writing numbers and using the correct format to ensure entries can be processed by computer. Examples of correct and incorrect ways to write numbers are shown to guide readers. The application deadline is clearly stated. This page continues the strategy guide for Langrisser 2i, diving deep into the game's unique heroine system and providing tips for scenarios 14 through 25. It highlights how player actions and dialogue choices impact relationships with the various female characters, emphasizing that building strong bonds can even lead to romance. The guide offers a detailed look at the effects of specific choices within these mid to late game scenarios, outlining how different dialogue options affect relationship points with heroines like Tiaris, Rufina, Luna, and Sofina. There's a table showing these choices and point changes, crucial for players looking to optimize their relationships or pursue a specific heroine. Beyond the heroine mechanics, the guide also briefly summarizes Langrisser 2i's core game information, including its release details. While the main focus is the strategic breakdown for these scenarios and the intricate relationship system, the page also includes sections promoting a game development school in Tokyo and Osaka, featuring student testimonials. This provides a glimpse into the aspirations of future game creators within the industry at the time. This page continues the strategy guide, focusing on Langrisser 2i scenarios. It breaks down tactical approaches for multiple battles, including Scenario 14, emphasizing using flying units in water and NPC rescue, Scenario 15, highlighted as ideal for leveling up units, and Scenario 16, detailing strategy for a challenging battle against strong enemies like Dark Knights. The page features strategic maps with unit movement paths marked, illustrating recommended tactics for navigating terrain and engaging specific enemy forces. A large, detailed map shows a complex fortress scenario with multiple objectives and unit deployment strategies. The guide provides concise tips for overcoming enemy formations and achieving victory in these key Langrisser 2I missions. The next page continues the Langrisser 2I Strategy Guide, focusing on scenarios deep into the game. It covers key battles like Scenario 17, which details breaking through multiple gates with a focus on unit placement and utilizing flying units effectively. Scenario 18 provides tactics for navigating a battlefield dominated by a powerful magic giant, emphasizing avoiding its attack range and prioritizing specific enemy units. Scenario 19 focuses on a pursuit mission, guiding the player on how to chase a fleeing commander and handle different enemy types, including those in water. Finally, Scenario 20 outlines a complex battle, requiring the player to split their army into 3 groups to manage enemy attacks from multiple directions before converging on the final objective. Each section includes detailed maps showing recommended unit paths and enemy positions, offering clear visual guidance for these challenging Langrisser 2I scenarios. The guide consistently highlights the importance of leveraging specific unit strengths and strategic movement. This page provides a detailed strategy guide for scenarios 21 through 25 of Langrisser 2I. Scenario 21 focuses on a basic strategy, emphasizing Lancer units and deploying flying units at point C, dividing forces between points A and B. Scenario 22 guides players on preserving their army, reacting to Imperial troops advancing from point A, and later handling the appearance of demons from point B. It highlights 2 strategic options for dealing with the demon threat. Scenario 23 is a speed-focused civilian rescue mission, suggesting the use of flying units for an initial push at a menace, and then using ambushes from B and C to eliminate enemies while rescuing civilians. It warns about the presence of undead units and multiple enemy waves. Scenario 24 covers dealing with both Imperial troops and demons, stressing the importance of minimizing damage from the Imperial army and utilizing them against the demons once they appear. Finally, Scenario 25 outlines a central breakthrough strategy to protect an NPC and assault the enemy headquarters, recommending the use of your strongest troops centrally and focusing on healing. The page includes maps showing recommended unit positions and movement routes for several scenarios, along with screenshots of key enemy units and character portraits, such as Kershelbat and Klelos. This page provides a strategy guide covering the middle section of Lunar Silver Star Story. It details key events and locations, including the return to Hanmel Island and the White Dragon's Cave, leading to a major turning point where Galeon betrays the party, reveals his true nature as the Magic Emperor, and kidnaps Luna after defeating the White Dragon Dyne and Alex. The guide then follows Alex as he recovers, meets Lake, who reveals his connection to Dyne, and resolves to rescue Luna. It also touches upon Galeon's subsequent actions, including his plan to meet the other Dragon Masters, and depicts scenes in Maribia and the return journey to Berg, with a brief mention of Jessica's concern. The page features various screenshots, showing these pivotal story moments and character interactions, highlighting the dramatic shift in the narrative as Alex begins his quest to confront the Magic Emperor and save Luna. This page provides a strategy guide for the middle portion of Lunar Silver Star Story, covering key events following Galeon's betrayal. It details the sudden outbreak of chows caused by the demon tribe in both Maribia and Vane. The party returns to Maribia to find Jessica battling Zenobia's forces, protecting Mel, who is turned to stone, fueling Jessica's resolve to defeat Zenobia. Moving to Vane, the group confronts and defeats the powerful boss, Grand Grum. The guide highlights Mia and Nash officially joining the party, explaining their motivations tied to the Magic Emperor. The journey continues to Nanza, where the party encounters Kyle, a formidable warrior who joins them after defeating demons in Nanza's cave. Notes on Kyle's character and an introduction to Jean, the songstress, are also included. Finally, a map of the Marius region is shown, pointing towards the location of the Red Dragon. This page continues the strategy guide for Lunar Silver Star Story, focusing on the events after the party leaves Nanza. The journey takes the group to the bandit-infested town of Ritsua, where the White Dragon's wing is stolen from a statue of Althena. To recover it, they must join the local bandit guild, led by Kyle, a powerful warrior and acquaintance of Galeon. The guide notes that Kyle's assistance is conditional upon joining the guild. After resolving the situation in Ritsua, the party heads towards Myrode Forest, stopping first at Ilk Village. Ilk is described as a peculiar village, filled with eccentric inventors. This stop serves as a waypoint before entering Myrode Forest, where the party must navigate the dense woods to find the examiner. Myroad Forest itself is highlighted as a dangerous area, with fierce monster encounters, particularly the venom needles, advising players to be cautious with MP usage. Treasure chests are mentioned as containing valuable items. The guide also points out Althena's Spring as a place for rest and special events. Finally, Kyle reappears, offering Alex help and advice, reinforcing his role as a recurring ally.
The page concludes with a map of the Myroad Forest area.
This page continues the epic journey in Lunar Silver Star story as the party ventures into Myroad Forest to locate the Bandit Guild Examiner. Upon finding the Examiner, they learn the test to become a proper bandit involves retrieving something precious from Damon's tower. Before heading to the tower, the scattered companions are reassembled in Myroad, reportedly after some challenges like a drinking contest. A major event involves finding Mel turned to stone. Fighting his petrified form is necessary to lift the curse. The guide advises using Kyle's power/move strategically in this boss fight. The focus then shifts to Damon's tower, the site of the bandit test. Navigating the tower involves stepping on red tiles to open doors, and solving quizzes or puzzles on each floor, each tailored by the keeper, Damon. Successfully ascending the tower leads to the 6th floor where the Mudbreaker orb is acquired, signifying completion of the test. Finally, the page reveals the culprit behind the petrification. Lois, one of the Magic Guild sisters, driven by jealousy towards Jessica. The page includes detailed maps of Damon's tower floors and lists of items available in Myroad Village.
This page continues the adventure after the bandit test. Returning to Berg with proof, Alex officially joins the Thieves Guild. However, Lois reappears, attempting to abduct Luna again. After a confrontation, Lois escapes, flying towards Red Dragon Cave. The group learns they need an airship to follow Lois. They head to ILUK Village, known for its inventions, to get the airship design. A key component needed is fluffy bugs, found in the surrounding field. The page includes a map of ILUK field, detailing the different types of fluffies encountered there. After gathering the fluffies, the airship is completed. The party prepares to depart for Red Dragon Cave, acknowledging the danger but determined to rescue Luna and confront the Red Dragon. The page shows screenshots of the airship being built and the group flying towards the destination. Finally, the page includes a section on hidden secrets and helpful super items in the game, such as the Eye of Truth gem for reduced MP consumption and the Gale Ring for extra attacks.
It also mentions obtainable character bromide photos. This page delves into the development of the hit game Sakura Wars, featuring a roundtable discussion with the development team. It's a fascinating look behind the scenes, covering planning, graphics, and sound design. The developers discuss the creation process, highlighting the challenge of bringing the game's unique blend of adventure, simulation, and tactical combat to life. Screenshots on the page show character portraits, a humorous shower scene, and a dynamic combined attack sequence. The team talks about the visual design, including the character art by Fujishima Kusuke, and the technical hurdles involved. They also touch upon the creation of the LIPS, Live Interactive Picture System, dialogue system, which plays a crucial role in character interaction and story branching. And developers share anecdotes about the development process, revealing the passion and dedication that went into creating the game. They mention the importance of character relationships
and ensuring every character gets their moment in the spotlight, often through specific events triggered by the LIP system.
This deep dive offers fans valuable insight into what makes Sakura Wars such a beloved title.
This page continues the developer interview regarding Sakura Wars, starting with the developers discussing their favorite characters and insights into the design process. They touch upon the challenges and enjoyments of bringing the cast to life. The page then shifts focus to the game's numerous minigames under the heading Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Crystallized in the Night, presenting a guide to mastering the 7 different challenges. Each minigame is highlighted with screenshots and tips, covering diverse activities like Iris's dress-up show, Sunmeyer's Imperial Capital Trivia, Maria's Cooking Challenge, Sakura's Cleaning Duty, Kana's Orb Escape, Karan's Flower Arranging, and Sunmeyer's Target Practice. The guide provides essential strategies for players to achieve high scores and enjoy these unique side activities featuring various characters. A large illustration of Sakura Shinguji wielding her sword dominates the right side of the page, while developer portraits are featured near the interview sections. The overall content offers a mix of developer perspective and practical gameplay advice. This page provides a comprehensive guide to Chapter 6 of Sakura Wars, focusing on the climax of the first half of the story. It details the free action phase, suggesting players visit locations like the kitchen, dining hall, and warehouse to trigger events and boost trust with characters. The guide highlights the cooking challenge minigame with Maria. Specific events covered include the end of a concert and a humorous event where Kuran dresses as a ghost, scaring Sakura and leading to them being trapped, which is revealed to be just Kuran and not actual thunder as Sakura initially feared. The page then transitions to a major battle segment, featuring the return of the boss Kujaku. It explains the terrain, which requires opening 2 specific doors in order, and warns about the appearance of the Hong Kong squad enemies, emphasizing they are decoys and appear randomly. Combat strategy focuses on group action, staying together, and prioritizing healing. Players are advised to defeat the Hong Kong squad before opening the doors to ensure a safe engagement with the main boss, Kujaku, who possesses a powerful Thunderbreak special attack. The guide stresses the importance of keeping the team healthy to avoid being overwhelmed. This page details Samurai Shodown 2-1. Blades of Blood's characters, modes, basic techniques like throws, weapon breaks, and Saturn-exclusive attack settings. This page provides an expert look at Samurai Shodown 2-1. Blades of Blood, focusing on its 12 distinct characters and fundamental combat techniques. It covers the game's modes, including story and versus, and explains the character's specific Shura and Rasetsu fighting styles. The dynamic element of items like healing meat and damaging bombs dropping onto the battlefield during matches is noted. A notable Saturn-exclusive feature highlighted is the ability to customize attack power percentages. The guide details key techniques, such as throws, dodges, and stepping attacks, alongside crucial mechanics like disarming opponents to gain a significant advantage. Advanced maneuvers like the true sword grab parry, intense sword clashes, Subazariai, and the devastating weapon throw special, powered by the rage gauge, are demonstrated with screenshots, offering strategic insights for players. This page delivers a comprehensive overview of the full roster of 12 unique fighters in Samurai Shodown 2-1. Blades of Blood, following up on the technical details from the previous page. Prominently featuring stunning artwork for each character, the layout presents key screenshots demonstrating their signature moves and abilities, often highlighting the difference between their Shura and Rasetsu fighting styles. You get a glimpse of fan favorites like Haomaru, the Wandering Samurai, Nakoru with her animal companion, and the speed of Ukyo Tachibana. The page showcases the diverse combat styles, from the ninja techniques of Hanzo Hattori and Galford, to the brute strength of Earthquake and the flamboyant arts of Kyoshiro Senryo. This visual guide effectively presents the distinct personalities and varied fighting methods players can master, offering a snapshot of the deep strategic options available for each warrior on their path. This page dives into 2 very different experiences. On the left, you'll find Fist, a polygon fighting game where cosplay-clad beauties aim to become idols. The game features 8 characters, showcasing their 3D models and varied costumes. It covers the gameplay mechanics, highlighting basic moves, special techniques, and devastating combination attacks. There are 2 modes available: a story-driven scenario mode focused on the idol journey, and a standard versus mode for head-to-head battles. You also get a glimpse of the Japanese voice cast and introductions to the 8 unique fighters, detailing their personalities and abilities. Shifting gears to the right, we have Blood Factory, a gritty shooting game centered around escaping a terrifying prison. You play as one of 6 hardened convicts, navigating treacherous stages both inside and outside the facility. The goal is survival, requiring players to dodge enemy attacks, clear missions, and utilize various items found along the way. The game doesn't shy away from brutal visuals, with defeated enemies leaving behind gruesome remnants. Key mechanics include finding card keys, discovering hidden rooms for items, using bombs or speed boosts, and even utilizing warp points. The page also profiles the 6 playable characters, emphasizing their specific strengths in areas like speed or shield durability. This page showcases a cosplay idol fighting game and a brutal prison escape shooter. This page features Funky Fantasy, the debut title from Yoshimoto Kogyo's foray into the game industry, presented as a unique comedy simulation RPG. The game stars popular Yoshimoto comedians as its characters, promising plenty of laughs
and distinct personalities. Gameplay involves a multi-scenario system where story progression is influenced by character actions and battle outcomes. The core combat is a strategic, turn-based battle system where units move on a grid. A key feature is the ability to summon monsters and even fuse with them to create powerful units. Players can also utilize various cards in battle to gain advantages, such as increasing stats or unleashing special attacks like lightning or earthquake. The game leans heavily into parody, with character designs and dialogue often referencing well-known figures and tropes. Many famous Yoshimoto talents lend their likenesses to the game's cast. Overall, it looks like a humorous and strategic take on the RPG genre, leveraging the popularity of Japanese comedy. This page introduces Feng Shui Master, a simulation game supervised by Kosei Arashiyama that incorporates genuine Feng Shui principles. The core gameplay involves manipulating the city's buildings to improve the flow of qi, aiming to bring prosperity. As players progress, they learn basic to advanced Feng Shui knowledge and become a master. The game utilizes 4 main commands: examine buildings to check their properties and influence on luck, add new structures like houses or businesses, use techniques to move buildings or learn new abilities, and use items to assist the player. The page walks through the first 3 stages, demonstrating how players learn to solve problems like poor queue flow at junctions, address issues in triangular layouts, and understand building compatibility. Clearing stages grants licenses and unlocks bonus stages featuring unique illustrations. Numerous screenshots display the city views, menus, and hints that guide players in applying Feng Shui knowledge. This page explores Necronomicon, Digital Pinball, a game based on the chilling Cthulhu mythos, featuring mysterious stories and atmospheric sound. The game offers 3 unique tables: Arkham, Ancient One, Cult of the Bloody Tongue, and Dreamlands, each with different themes and features aimed at scoring big points. Play through story mode to advance the narrative, or enjoy the tables freely. The game incorporates various mechanisms, including multi-ball and bonus events like mystery awards. The tables cater to different skill levels, with some being accessible for beginners, focusing on hitting specific targets or jackpots, while others present more complex challenges, like navigating tricky flippers or activating hidden mask features. The visuals range from eerie, tribal designs to cosmic landscapes, all contributing to the distinct, Lovecraftian atmosphere, complemented by unsettling motion movies. It's a pinball game that definitely leans into its horror theme. This page focuses heavily on Shanghai Great Moment for the Sega Saturn, a puzzle game based on Mahjong Solitaire. Players clear tiles by matching pairs from a stack, aiming to remove all 144 tiles. The game offers multiple modes beyond the classic setup, including the vertically stacked Great Wall, the horizontally oriented Beijing, the timed and faster action Shanghai, and a tournament mode combining different styles. The visuals show detailed Mahjong tiles and various backgrounds, including famous landmarks like the Forbidden City. The page also features a review introduction section, highlights software released this week on Saturn, and lists games scheduled for release between November 8th and 15th. There are brief introductions to the magazine's reviewers. The game Shanghai Great Moment receives an average score of 8.6 from the reviewers, noted as recommended for beginners and those who enjoy pinball mania. The impression section seems to be a short preview piece titled M Impression. This page features reviews for several Sega Saturn titles, covering a variety of genres. First up is what appears to be a 3D fighting game featuring female characters, a sequel described as a beautiful girl fighting game, which reviewers debate the necessity of polygons and find the overall experience lacking, resulting in a low 4.8 average score. Next is a gory prison escape shooter titled Blood Factory. Reviewers note the visceral action and grotesque visuals, but opinions are mixed on the gameplay execution, leading to an average score of 5.8. There's also Purikura Daisakusen, an isometric action game that's a spin-off from the Power Instinct fighting game series. Reviewers enjoyed the charming atmosphere and cute characters despite the action focus, giving it a respectable 6.8 average. Riglord Saga 2, a simulation RPG sequel, is reviewed. While the story is considered weak, the orthodox and somewhat improved gameplay system from the first game is appreciated, earning it a 6.6 average. Funky Fantasy is a simulation RPG featuring many Japanese comedians from Yoshimoto. It includes parody elements, like a character resembling a Gundam parody. The focus is on dialogue and gag events, resulting in a modest 6.0 average.
Finally, Feng Shui Master is a simulation game supervised by a Feng Shui expert. Reviewers found the core concept interesting but felt the technical execution was poor and the gameplay was difficult to navigate smoothly, giving it a low average score of 4.8.
This page features more Sega Saturn software impressions. First up is Shanghai Great Moments, a mahjong tile-matching puzzle game. While it boasts a large number of puzzles and modes, reviewers found the gameplay quite simple, with the presentation serving more as a pleasant backdrop than enhancing the core experience. Next, there's a look at the making of the adventure game Night Ruth Maria, specifically focusing on the voice recording sessions and interviews with the cast. This panel highlights the behind-the-scenes aspect of game development.
We also see a review of Samurai Showdown 2i, a fighting game ported from the Neo Geo. It features 12 characters and introduces mechanics like guard breaking and retreating. Reviewers praised the quality of the port but noted that players would need the Saturn's expanded RAM cartridge for optimal performance. Finally, a reviewer roundtable discussion covers several titles from this and the previous page. They discuss the physics and table count of the pinball game, the visceral gore and character details in Blood Factory, the cute seal characters and combat styles in Purikura Daisakusen, and the enhanced movement and strategy involving environmental hazards in Riglord Saga 2. The discussion offers varied perspectives on the mechanics and presentation of these games. This page continues the Hyper Eurotech section, focusing on hidden content and tricks in puzzle games and other genres, often featuring female characters, as hinted by the subtitle. First up is Tokimeki Memorial Taisen Puzzle Dama, detailing how to unlock and play as key characters like Shiori Fujisaki, Saori Shirai, and Yoshio Saotome in different modes. It also covers methods to access character voice and dialogue options. Next, Girls Panic SS shows how players can unlock 2 additional girls by completing specific game modes. For Battle Arena to Shinden Yura, a hidden Yura mode is revealed, accessible via a specific button sequence entered at the title screen. Sega Ages Afterburner 2 features a great message collection, providing a list of stages and corresponding button inputs that yield messages or bonuses like extra missiles at the start of levels. The popular puzzle game Magical Drop 2 has several tricks detailed, including how to unlock the hidden character Black Pierrot, make other characters like Empress, Strengths, and Devil available in arcade mode, and even how to select different character colors. Finally, aim to be an idol star. Summer Color Memories offers a trick to easily view swimsuit scenes within the game's photo gallery mode using a specific button combination. The page concludes with a call for reader submissions of tips and tricks for a variety of Sega consoles. This page dives into the world of online gaming on the Sega Saturn via the X-Band service, highlighting its expansion and appeal. Kicks off by showcasing the 3 main titles currently available for online play. First up is Saturn Bomberman, a fantastic action game that supports up to 4 players online, bringing its Chowtic multiplayer fun to the network. Then there's Sega Rally Championship Plus, the arcade-perfect rally racer, offering intense head-to-head competition. Rounding out the initial lineup is Virtua Fighter Remix, the classic polygon fighter, allowing players to test their skills against opponents remotely. The page notes how X-Band provides a different experience compared to local play, such as full-screen display during racing games instead of split-screen. Looking ahead, the excitement builds with confirmations of major upcoming X-Band titles. The revolutionary robot combat game Virtua On Cyber Troopers is confirmed to receive X-Band support in a future version. Also nearing release is Daytona USA Circuit Edition, featuring updated graphics and new tracks, which is planned to be X-Band compatible for one-on-one races. Finally, the page offers tips on how players can actively find opponents online, suggesting using online services and forums to connect with other players and arrange matches. This page delves into the intricacies of Virtua Fighter 3, shining a spotlight on the new character Akoi Umeno Koji. It details her unique fighting style, which incorporates traditional Japanese martial arts, emphasizing grappling and counterattacks. The article breaks down some of Akoi's signature techniques, including rumored throw combos that are thoroughly analyzed and verified. It highlights her distinctive pseudodome technique, a feint that stops attacks mid-motion, and provides a list of moves where this can be applied, noting its strategic depth and risk. Akoi's Haout, Phoenix Hand, is also discussed, explaining its properties as a special mid-level attack that leaves the opponent crouching, potentially leading to follow-up attacks or frustrating their recovery. Her countermove, Ura Kote Gaeshi,
reverse forearm return, is presented as a powerful defensive option. The page further explores her character traits, noting her depth and the surprising number of players who have mastered her complex style. It discusses her limited but potent low throw option and strategies for effectively using it, including leveraging opponents' recovery animations. A specific multi-part throw sequence, dubbed Aoi Sandan, Aoi's 3 stages, is detailed as a highly damaging combo, culminating in a powerful ground throw. Additionally, there's a brief mention of a calendar present campaign and a small gallery featuring fan illustrations related to AM2 games. This page introduces the new romance quiz adventure arcade title from Capcom, Quiz Demon King and That Cute Kid, Miracle of Rainbow Town, featured as an arcade hit now. This game blends dating simulation elements with quizzes and a board game-like roulette movement system. The objective is to build bonds with 7 girls over half a year, collect 7 crystals needed to seal away the Demon King, and ultimately achieve a happy ending with one of the girls. Success relies on clearing quizzes gained from interacting with the girls and navigating the map using the roulette. The page offers strategic advice for players, emphasizing the importance of remembering quiz questions, timing the roulette stops to land on beneficial squares like quiz questions or help items, and focusing your romantic efforts on a single girl to reach the happy end. A significant portion details a playthrough log centered around a character named Saki, potentially from this game, or a related universe like Earth Defense Girl Aiko-chan. This diary-style section recounts specific events across several months, including encounters with strange creatures, interactions with other characters like Lintz and Charlotte, and hints about Saki's secrets, providing a narrative glimpse into the game's plot. The screenshots below appear to illustrate key moments from this documented playthrough and other game scenes. This page previews several exciting upcoming Sega Saturn titles under the Coming Soon banner. First up is Puzzle and Action, Ichidantre, appearing as part of the Sega Ages series. This port faithfully recreates the arcade hit, offering a collection of 20 diverse minigames, ranging from quizzes and memory tests to shooting and puzzle challenges. It supports competitive play, notably a raucous 4-player versus mode adapted from the arcade, promising plenty of fun with friends. Screenshots showcase various minigame types and the familiar arcade presentation. Next is the mech shooter Wolffang. This game's standout feature is the ability to create your own custom mech by combining different body, arm, and leg parts. Each part has unique attributes, allowing players to tailor their machine for different combat situations. The previews show intense robot battles, emphasizing dynamic movement and strategic weapon switching against formidable foes. Finally, Criticom is highlighted, a 3D fighting game featuring a roster of 8 distinct characters, including monstrous creatures and androids. The game emphasizes character progression, allowing fighters to upgrade their abilities. Combat involves executing special moves and chain combos via command inputs, with defensive options like attack evasion to create counter opportunities. Screenshots display the character select screen and visceral combat sequences, including spectacular finishing moves. This preview highlights upcoming Sega Saturn titles. Victory Goal Worldwide Edition, a soccer game, features enhanced shooting mechanics, 48 teams, English/French commentary, and a World Cup mode. The Legend of Eden 2, a 3D shooter, puts players in combat vehicles battling aliens across 8 stages. Overdriven GTR is a racing simulation focused on Nissan vehicles, with realistic handling, multiple camera views, and diverse courses. Practical Patchaslot Winning Methods offers a Patchaslot simulation, allowing players to practice and customize settings for 3 different machine models, aiming for profit within a simulated year. This page previews several upcoming Sega Saturn titles. First up is Zero Yan Champ Doozy Typer, a unique blend of racing simulation and dating sim. The goal is to become the world champion within 1 year by tuning cars for 400-meter drag races. A significant element is dating various girls. Their abilities can improve depending on your relationship, influencing the game. The game features a weekly schedule where you decide between tuning, racing, dating, or engaging in a variety of minigames, including gambling, fishing, and even an RPG combat system. Screenshots show detailed car tuning menus, minigame interfaces, character portraits, and race outcomes. Also featured is Roommate, Ryoko Inoue, a real-time life simulation. You experience daily life with a high school girl named Ryoko. With the game's clock running in sync with real time, you interact with Ryoko, following her routine at home, with the goal of building closeness over approximately 3 months. Screenshots show Ryoko in different settings like her room or school, illustrating the daily life aspect and dialogue options. Finally, the page covers Dream Square Akiko Hinagata. This is a digital photo book title featuring popular idol Akiko Hinagata. It includes extensive photo collections, video clips, and interactive elements. You can explore a virtual representation of Hina's room, view her personal collections, watch her singing videos, or even see her cooking. The game also contains puzzles based on her photos. Screenshots showcase the photo gallery interface, video playback, and room exploration views. This page kicks off with previews of upcoming Sega Saturn titles, starting with Henry Explorers, a light gun shooting game from Konami focused on exploration and combat against monsters, aiming to find lost gems with multiple endings. It looks like intense action, perfect for the Virtua gun. Next up is the Phantom Fish, a unique fishing game from Soft Office where you encounter bizarre creatures like trolls and goblins in a fantasy world. You're aiming to catch the elusive Phantom Fish itself, a rather intriguing concept for a fishing game. Following that is Chaos Control Remix, an updated version of the 3D shooter Chaos Control. This remix boasts improved visuals and adds a 2-player co-op mode, making the chaotic battles against mechanical enemies even more engaging with a friend. The page also features a special section on E3 Tokyo 96, highlighting that this is the first E3 event held outside of America, taking place at Makuhari Messe. It promises attendees the chance to get hands-on with unreleased software and see the latest hardware. There's also a rundown of stage events planned, featuring voice actors, live performances, and game premieres from various exhibitors. Finally, a quick news update mentions a special gift pack bundle of shooting games. A new adventure title called Phantasm is in the works, and production has been confirmed for Neon Genesis Evangelion Second Impression. This page is a fantastic look at the development status of numerous upcoming Sega Saturn games, presented as a detailed progress report. It lays out various titles with small screenshots or character art, alongside key information like publishers, planned release dates, and most importantly, a percentage indicating their development progress. You can see updates on highly anticipated titles like Virtua Cop 2, which is nearly complete at 95%, and major RPGs such as Grandia and Lunar 2, Eternal Blue, both progressing at around 60%, and noted for their impressive visuals and emotional storytelling, respectively. The report also covers iconic series like Mega Man 8, sitting comfortably at 70% complete, and the tactical depth of Tactics, Ogre, at 80%. It's interesting to see the wide range of genres represented, from action games like Assault Suits Lanos 2, to dating sims like Sentimental Graffiti and Docusei 2, and even niche RPGs like Dragon Knight, although its low 11% progress suggests it's still in the very early stages. This page is a valuable resource for any Saturn fan wanting the latest scoop on when their next favorite game might hit shelves, and how far along it is. This page features the new production sale calendar for Sega Saturn and Game Gear. It presents a comprehensive list of upcoming software releases, organized by release date primarily in November and December, along with titles planned for later or currently unconfirmed release windows. For each entry, the calendar provides the game title, the developer or publisher responsible, and the listed price. It's essentially a quick reference guide for players to track what new games are on the horizon for both Sega Saturn and the Kids Gear handheld console, listing titles across various genres like fighting games, RPGs, simulations, and action titles. This page highlights the upcoming issue of Sega Saturn Fan Magazine, scheduled for release on November 15th, issue number 24. The cover prominently features art, possibly related to an anime space opera. The editor's note looks back at past events and previews upcoming releases, mentioning titles like Virtua Fighter 2. There are comprehensive game and advertising indexes, listing numerous titles available or coming soon to the system. However, the main attraction on this spread is the large announcement for the Great Athletic Meet, which appears to be a Bishoujo sports simulation game. The vibrant illustration shows several anime-style girls in athletic gear, cheering and looking ready for action. The announcement details the release date, November 29th, the genre, hot-blooded Bishoujo Sports SLG, the price, 5,800 yen, and mentions participation prizes including a poster and CD single. There's also a screenshot preview of Virtua Fighter 2. This page presents a powerful 2-page spread highlighting 2 significant upcoming Sega Saturn titles. On the left is Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story, The Blue Destiny, showcasing a sleek blue Gundam unit against a dramatic sky. This title is part of a 3-volume series, with this entry, Volume 2, scheduled for release in December 1996, for 4,800 yen. The game appears to be a first-person mecha simulation or action title, with screenshots showing cockpit views and third-person perspectives. A notable feature is its compatibility with a twin-stick controller for enhanced immersion. The right side features Ultraman, Legend of the Giants, a fighting action game based on the iconic Ultraman series. The artwork depicts Ultraman battling a monstrous kaiju, underscoring the game's theme of facing humanity's greatest crisis. Set for a December 1996 release at 7,800 yen, the screenshots reveal a 3D polygon fighting game featuring famous monsters and Ultraman himself in combat. The page emphasizes recreating the excitement of giant battles with realistic backgrounds and 3D environments.